Our next speaker is Marcel Tobler, Chief Strategy Officer at Stadtcasino Baden, one of Switzerland's leading casino groups. In Switzerland, Stadtcasino Baden has successfully launched an online product. I'm sure they would like to repeat that success in Germany. And here to tell us more about it is Marcel Tobler. Please, Marcel, make your way to the stage. I'll make some space for you. The stage is yours.
Thanks. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy about the topic I'm about to talk. I always try to see the positive things in life and try to see the opportunities we have. So I'm glad I'm able to talk about the opportunities or the positive sides we have with the regulation in Germany. We heard yesterday that there are always similarities if a jurisdiction gets regulated. We hear that from regulators, and we hear that from a legal aspect. What I would like to do is share my view as an operator and as a technology provider, how I see the regulation happening, how the implementation of regulation is happening, because I believe it's very similar what we have experienced 2019 in Switzerland, as Switzerland got regulated in the online casino market for its first time. It took a long time. Switzerland decided that the regulation is needed in 2007. It took more than 10 years to actually have a law lying in front of us. And considering that Switzerland or that Germany is 10 times as big as Switzerland, I think it was actually quite fast how it happened in Switzerland, considering all the complexity with the different states and different parties. So I guess it's kind of normal that the new law takes the time. 2019, at the beginning of 2019, we had 2 land-based casinos. We had no presence online except the website for the land-based casino, but beside that, we had no presence. So for us, trying to analyze the regulation and trying to identify where we could enter the online gaming market was critical, being kind of 20 years too late to getting into iGaming, right? And I want to share with you some points that at the time, 2019, seemed to make very difficult that the online casino market in Switzerland ever gets profitable. We have a high gaming tax. Okay, it's not on the bet, it's on the GGR, but still it's between 20 and 80% taxed on the GGR, depending on how high your GGR is. For our casino, online casino, jackpots.ch, last year we paid 43% tax on the GGR, and we are still profitable. We had a lot of very extensive responsible gaming procedures that we had to implement, with 20 alerts, checks if the customer can play the way he plays. We have to obtain tax returns from the customers, and all that had to be implemented in the online casino system. And at that point of time, it was quite new that a country requires an ISO certification. ISO 27001 was required for all game providers. If they want to bring their games to Switzerland, they had to have this certification. And that was also true for the PAMS provider, PAMS, the Player Account Management System, the online casino platform, also needed to be ISO certified. And I hear a lot of complaints about the game certification in Germany. Let me tell you, it's also a pain in Switzerland. So they do need a certification from an independent lab for the game. Then the game needs to be submitted to the regulator. The regulator talks to the regulator of the lottery. If they both agree that the casino games, it gets published. And after that, each individual operator needs to request that the game, that he can actually, the approved game, put live on their platform, and the regulator tests it on each platform. So that process takes, in the best case, approximately 3 to 4 months. And we are not allowed to use shared services. So we started with 2 online casinos, and we had to have 2 customer service departments. We are not allowed to share those critical functions. So the opinion of the industry was very, very clear. There is no way that industry ever going to be profitable in Switzerland with all those requirements. And we, as a wannabe operator in Switzerland, in the regulated market, had an issue, because with all those requirements, it was really hard to find technology partners that are able to have a PAMS that fulfills all the requirements for responsible gaming, that are ISO certified. We also had to integrate to a regulatory safe. So we decided to develop our own online casino platform. And of course, the opinion was quite clear. To everybody I talked about it, the opinion was, you're crazy, you're going to fail horrible, you're going to regret it. Nevertheless, in July 2019, 5th of July 2019, we went live as the first regulated online casino in Switzerland with jackpots.ch on our own technology. After that, other online casinos followed, and by now, we are market leader with our online casino platform. Our technology company is called Gemenza. We initially made the online casino platform for our online casino, jackpots.ch. Today, out of 11 licensed online casinos in Switzerland, 6 are using our technology. That is the GGR in Switzerland, how it developed. We started mid-2019 with the first one. At the end of 2019, we had 4 licensed online casinos. And the GGR grew very quickly. Obviously, fooled by COVID, definitely, but we would have never expected such a high GGR for the regulated market. Definitely not in 3 or 2 years. We are already at approximately 250 million in 2022. And also what we see on the graphic, so the different colors are different online casinos adding up the GGR. Being early in a newly regulated market is really key. It's very hard if you're too late to the party, or you need to have a very good strategy. So I like the German market, and I think there are a lot of opportunities in the German market, probably not in the way we have operated, or it was operated in a gray market, where you are able to operate over a large or over many jurisdictions with the same way. But I believe if you focus on the German market, if you analyze the regulation and try to find opportunities within, you will find it. It was mentioned before, it's the second largest iGaming market in Europe. We had also that number before based on the virtual slot tax. So the market is around 800 to, 1.2 billion already now. The regulation allows for new market entries. If you just do it the same way it was done before in the gray market, it probably won't work, but we do see new game providers that coming to the market trying to cater exactly what the regulation requires and trying to optimize what is offered within that regulation framework. Same in Switzerland, right? If Switzerland would have been regulated in a way such as Malta, we would have no chance to enter the iGaming market being 20 years too late. But because it was regulated in a complex way, and we took the time to analyze it and define a very focused strategy for the market, we succeeded. And I'm amazed actually by the strong tools Germany have to fight the illegal market. We heard yesterday the objective is a channeling rate of 100%. Probably very optimistic, but try to aim to the moon, and you probably get farther if you just aim to the next village. And tools such as financial blocking would be unthinkable in Switzerland, and I think it's great to have that in the German market, and it's great to have a regulator which is really, really motivated to use those tools to the best extent possible. And so if we kind of give up on the German market as a company, as a group of companies, we kind of give up on the future of regulated iGaming. This won't be the last market that gets highly regulated. I think this is something we will see very often, and it will be very common that we will be surprised about regulations and how strict regulation is in the future. So it's kind of a good training ground if you are ready to adapt to a strict regulation and to make the best out of it. That's kind of my wish list. But I would wish in the future that we as an industry try to focus more on realistic regulatory points which we want to see improved, and are in close collaboration with the regulator to see how those things can improve. If I talk today with colleagues, I'm really not sure which are the most urgent things to be changed, and it probably depends also from what company you are, but I feel the top 3 points to be changed is very different depending on the person I talk to. Sometimes it's the deposit limit, sometimes it's the 5-second spin, the €1 max bet, but we should kind of come up with the most urgent things, I believe, as an industry, if we want to be successful in changing certain parts. It's the new normal, right? Just as we said after COVID, it's the new normal. I think what we are seeing in Germany, it's the new normal for local regulated market. And I also hope, as an industry, we find in the future more ways to exchange our ideas and our experience how to succeed in locally regulated market. To conclude, and to have also some time for questions, I really strongly believe, as an industry, as an iGaming industry, we need to learn to better adapt to difficult regulation, to regulation which is very specific for the jurisdiction if we want to succeed in the long run. And I think together in the regulated industry, we should share information, we should help each other, because it's not the competition in the regulated industry which we need to fight, it's together we need to fight the black market and the illegal activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcel. Perfect timing.
Thanks.
Before you leave the stage, time for one quick question from the audience. Please raise your hand if you have a question to Marcel. There's always a lot of information in your speeches, Marcel. If not, we go to Slido. Is there a Slido question? Then let's have a look at it. Marcel, in your estimation, how much local knowledge, player demand, product preferences should you have before you launch in Germany?
More than we usually have. You know, it's how many applicants we have for the virtual slot license market? I think 50, 60. How many are here? 10? And I think just to wait somewhere in Malta, in the UK, to see what happens in a local regulated market doesn't work. You need to be there, you need to understand the industry, you need to understand the regulator, the player, if you want to succeed in those markets.
We'll have them all here next year. Thank you, Marcel.
Great. Wilhelm, thanks.
Thank you.